this is Trish Williams with Trish Williams' team, Keller Williams Realty, and I have Cynthia Davis with United Credit here today, and she's going to tell us about credit repair. Give us the lowdown about that 3-digit number that
everybody hates.
You love it or hate it, or you strive for it. That number seems to kind of control our life.
Yes, it does.
And it definitely impacts everything that we do. Credit score has a huge impact on everything, and unfortunately, people find themselves in situations where, you know, if you make a bad mistake or you have a bad run, that score will change, and then it will affect everything that you try to do, you try to buy from there on forward. So
follows you. Quite a while.
It follows you. It follows you. It's one of those mistakes that just they won't seem to forgive too easily. No. So Cynthia has solutions, and she has a way of fixing that, of increasing your credit reputation. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Cynthia, so tell me about your program. First off, what do you do?
Okay, great question. So most people do come to me just like, you know, our relationship, how I get referrals from real estate agents, mortgage lenders. But at the end of the day, people are usually trying to do something specific. They want to buy a house, they want to buy a car, or they're just tired of having a low credit score. So what we do is we pull their credit, we find out what all their negative items are for all 3 credit reports, and then we aggressively dispute every negative item on all 3 bureaus, and we do that every 60 days. It's literally the most aggressive in the country because our company is a not-for-profit. We're not interested in taking more money and taking longer. Most companies are for profit, and so they go after maybe 1 or 2 at a time. But for us, we lead with education, and we want them to get fast results.
Okay, well that's interesting. I did not know that you guys were not for profit. I do use you, and I have been for many years. And you know, I send my clients to you, but I didn't know that you were not for profit. So that is good to know that the interest is not about, because that seems to be one of the concerns. I think there's a lot of companies out there that they seem more about the monthly payments, you know, getting the monthly payments than actually helping the clients. And that seems to be the major concern that, you know, the consumers have when they contact me or I send them to credit repair is, you know, how's this work and does it really work?
Absolutely. And it's because the credit repair industry in the past hasn't been an industry that people can trust. You know, people have taken people's money and gone, you know, and just say, oh, well, there's no guarantee, sorry, you know, and stuff like that. And so we've been around over 15 years. I think, you know, we've known each other for going on 5 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and for me, like my experience is I was a branch manager at Citibank for 18 years. I was very careful before I ever referred one person. It was simply because I met, you know, the person that my mortgage person knew for 20 years.
Right.
So I tested him out with 1 or 2 people, but I ended up referring for like over a year because literally it was working for my clients. I was exceeding my goals. They were hitting mortgages, business loans, credit cards, and fact is it worked. And then I tried it on myself and I was able to get my bankruptcy deleted in 30 days.
Wow.
Powerful. So yeah, I was sold at that point. I was a believer. And then, you know, so now I really just try to get the word out by word of mouth by people like you that are, you know, great real estate agents in the area, just trying to help people get into their dream home. And that's the biggest reason people can't get in.
Right. And you know, I have this, I kind of a saying or a belief, I guess you would call it, is if somebody is motivated, they want to own a home, that if they truly want it, there's nothing that can stop us. There's a way to fix it. There is a way. You just have to follow through. You have to be able to be, you know, you have to want it as bad as we do. And if you follow through and you do what you're supposed to do, there is a way to fix anything. And Cynthia can definitely help with that credit score.
Absolutely.
So now I wanted to just clarify. You mentioned it already, and I just wanted to go back over that. You can really delete things. What if they're really yours? What if it's, you know, I have this bankruptcy, you know, if that was the case, you said you had a bankruptcy, it's really yours, it's there on your credit report. You're saying there's a way to get rid of that even if it belongs
100%.
to you?
Yes, and here's the beauty of it. It's the fact that the credit bureaus themselves are privately held billion-dollar companies. Most people don't realize this. They hear credit bureau and they think government agency.
I always thought it was too.
Right, exactly. I did too. I was in banking the whole time, but believe me, it's like most people don't know that. But when you start looking into it, I mean, the fact is all that the credit bureaus are interested in doing is selling your files to companies that want to extend you credit. Okay, so that's that direct mail you get in the mail every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they make money doing this. They're not interested in disputing your negative items. They're certainly not interested in making sure verifying that everything on your credit report is correct. So 80% of people have negative items on their credit report that isn't even theirs, simply because of errors and things like that. So that's why the law had to be created, saying you have the right to investigate or dispute any negative item on your credit report. And when I say any, I mean if it's on the credit report, it's subject to that law. So the beauty of that, late payments, collections, student loans, tax liens, and I tell people, like, I'm not saying not to pay IRS. What I'm saying
we're not saying that on video.
Don't pay, right? Of course not, right? If it's your item and you owe somebody, you owe them. That is separate from what's on your credit report. If you have a tax lien on your credit report, if you have a student loan in your credit report, any of those things, we will consistently go after them every 60 days. If they don't respond just one time within the 30-day timeline, they have to send documents to prove this to the credit bureaus. And this is the beauty. The client doesn't have to do that. I don't have to do that. The credit bureaus have to do that. It's the law, right? So they aggressively go after all of those. And so it doesn't matter if it's theirs or not. Can they respond within 30 days? Because if it's on the credit report, the burden of proof is on the creditor, not you.
Right.
And that's it. It's the beauty of it. For the first time, the law's in our favor, I feel.
Right. No, absolutely.
That's what I feel about it.
And your credit really, just as you said, really can be affected by items that don't belong to you. When I first purchased a home, I was so amazed at when they showed me the items on my report. There was a lot of items that were not mine. There was like cell phones that were opened up in a bunch of different names. There was, or different times, but they were not mine. And I grew up, I'm telling my age here, I guess, but I grew up in a time where, I don't know when, I guess they used to put things in other, it was easier to put things in other people's names.
Yes.
So when I had purchased my first house, I had found out, through documentation that I purchased a house when I was 12 or 13 years old. So it was on my credit report.
It's rampant
I didn't
now.
pay for it.
All the time.
I don't know who did it, who did it or how it was done, but I had things that were on there that were before I was even of age to have done anything with it. So I was pretty shocked by that. And the process was, you would think that, oh no, that's not me, it's automatically deleted, but that wasn't the case. I had to go through quite a process to get that fixed.
Absolutely. And that's the problem. If you don't look at your credit report until you need something, you're going to be very surprised, unhappily, in many cases, because you have to look at it a minimum once every 6 months. That's why our service comes with credit monitoring, identity theft protection.
Oh.
It has to, because yes, when we were younger, right, it was super easy and they didn't make you verify anything. Now you can even get documents proving this is me. I want a cell phone, right? They're still going to pull my credit and they want ID and everything. But how many people are out there taking people's identity? It still happens, and that's why 80% of people have the issue. So whether you have good credit or bad credit, everybody needs to monitor their credit and everybody needs to protect their identity. It's just too important not to anymore. That's why our company, as I said, leads with education. It's all included.
Right. That's perfect. And identity protection is huge. And in this day and age, it should just be mandatory. If you don't have it, you have to get it. It's very important. Absolutely. How long does it usually take?
Average time is 6 to 9 months. And I say that because, some things you have to continually go after. You might need a second or a third letter. People ask, why are we sending another letter? Well, all you need is one time for them to not respond, right? Just one time. So they might verify it with the first set of letters, but then we're going to aggressively go after them again and again. They don't make money doing this process. We know if we beat them up and just get consistent with it, there's going to be one time where there's not enough manpower, somebody doesn't get the right documents, they don't meet the 30-day deadline. I don't care what the reason is, it's deleted and that's it, and you have a happy customer. So the other reason 6 to 9 months is because we know people are usually trying to qualify for something. Yeah. So in our program, while the negative stuff is being removed and we're going through the dispute process, it shows them in their online portal exactly what to do to build positive credit, what to do to pay down debt. I've seen clients that have only negative stuff. We get every negative item off of there in, let's say, 60 days, 90 days, but then they have no credit score. You still can't qualify for anything. So it's like those recommendations on what to do to build positive credit are powerful. We want to get you there. And so sometimes the longer time frames, when it is 9 months or something like that, it's because people are still trying to build the credit score up, even though the negative stuff may have already come off.
Right.
So, but still, a lot better. Most companies, 2-3 years.
Right.
I mean, you see people doing this for a long time.
Absolutely, and a great point that you have is the credit coaching. Helping people through that coaching process of simple steps that to people that are in the industry, such as like you and I, those steps seem kind of common knowledge, but a lot of people don't understand. Like the keeping your balances below 30%, so vitally important. Things like that. So it's good to inform them to help them be able to build their scores better.
I'm so glad you said that, because that's why the credit restoration piece, and again, all of this is together in what we call the protection plan. The credit restoration piece, where we're going after the negative items, that's the nonprofit organization. That's the nonprofit part of it. So that's how we're able to pass it along to the client so inexpensively. But at the end of the day, most companies, again, they wanted to go on and on and on. We want to lead with education so that you can not only get a great credit score fast, but keep it and continue to have it go up long after. That's the difference. Most times they'll get into a situation and maybe they're done in 6 months or a year, but then a year later they're back in the same situation because the behaviors haven't been changed. So we educate on all of that. And it's all in the online portal that people can access 24/7. Plus they have live credit coaches that they can call and talk to any day.
That's amazing, and it's great for us, as for realtors, because you have such a great turnaround. We definitely will send you more business because we want to, we definitely want to get the people on board, and the home prices change drastically so much, and sometimes time is of the essence. If somebody wants to, whether it's their lease, they don't want to renew the lease again, they don't want to go month to month. If somebody is very close and they just need that extra push on their credit, that extra revision.
Right. That extra boost.
The extra boost, extra credit juice going there. We want to get that done in a timely manner. We don't want to drag it out forever because there's repercussions and timelines and everything that has to do. How much does your credit or does your program cost?
Perfect. Thank you so much. On the boosting, can I just say one thing about that? What's really, really popular is one of the services that we refer. We partner with a company that helps you put your rent on your credit report.
Oh, yes.
So for those people that are very close, if you don't need to get into disputing and stuff like that, maybe you only have a couple of negative items and you just need that boost, the rent program will go back up to 2 years. You can put 2 years of positive payment history on your credit report all at once, which is amazing.
That is amazing.
Payment history is 35% of your score. To be able to go back 2 years and get all of it and it hits within 30 days, it's a beautiful thing.
That's amazing. I talk to so many people that say, oh, I don't have credit, I don't have any car payments, I don't have any credit cards, but I made my rent on time for, for 5 years.
That should count.
It should definitely count. I'm like, that's the big deal.
Yes,
of course it should count. So things like that. That's wonderful to know that you can help with that.
Absolutely.
So what does your program cost?
Okay. So I always, when clients ask me, this is always the last question, right? It's like, first off, I always ask, have you looked around before? Have you ever talked to anybody else? I want them to get an idea in their head how much it really costs out there, because there are attorneys that do this, billable hours. It costs thousands of dollars for most people.
Right.
All of them that I've ever met are any companies I've ever researched are for-profit companies, so hundreds of dollars a month. Cheapest one I've seen is $129 a month, goes up to over $400 a month in a large down payment. And that's just the credit restoration piece. They have all the other services, like we have 12 services in our protection plan, again, all leading towards education and protecting finances. But anyway, so for us, it's only $89 a month.
Wow.
Basically $3 a day. And like you said in the beginning, if they're really interested in buying a house, they'll pay that. That's less than half of most any other programs out there. So it's $89 a month. The day you start, it's $188. You pay a one-time activation fee of $99.
Okay.
And then your first month of $89, so $188. And what that does is it sets up that online portal.
Okay.
So you have access to all 12 of the services immediately.
All right.
You can right away click to activate your credit restoration, giving us permission to pull your credit, issue that first set of letters, and they're out in the mail within 3 days and in the client's hands.
That's amazing.
So it moves very, very quick. Yes, and there's no contract, by the way. We talked about that 6 to 9 months. How long does it take? Many clients, by the way, are done as quick as 45 to 60 days. It can be very quick. You can cancel anytime. We're not here to take your money. We're here to provide a service that people need.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And $89 a month to get you on track. I mean, just think about it. In most cases, if you're renting and you're looking to purchase a home, you're probably going to be paying less on your purchase than you are on your rent. That's a very minimal investment for the investment that you're going into, plus the investment. real estate.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know people are trying to buy cars and stuff, but you all need to own homes.
100%. And by the way, just that $89 a month, like for me, when my bankruptcy came off, because I had all good credit before the bankruptcy, all good credit after, it was just the bankruptcy. That coming off in 30 days, boom. I kept wondering why, as someone in her early 40s at the time, I'm 49 now, but in my early 40s, I was like, I've got a good driving record. I don't have any tickets, but it was my insurance was going up and up and up every month. I'm like, my car is, 5 years old. Why am I, it's ridiculous. And then I found out it's directly related to your credit score. So that $89 a month saved me hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Just in the insurance part. Then you start refinancing your car.
Your interest rates and all that stuff. I know. I was, when I was young, you didn't understand a lot of things.
Because they don't teach us this in school. That's why we need to do it.
Right. And I had a car that had like a 19% interest rate. It was like something insane, and now I definitely don't have those issues, but huge. The amount of savings, what it costs you to have bad credit.
Oh, it costs you. People think they're paying. You know what I mean? Here in Las Vegas, many people right here, I'll just tell you, there's the average client that comes to me is paying between 25 and 32% for their car. So they would be begging for 19 at this point. And isn't that crazy? But that's where it is. If you've got a 450, 550, the average person comes to me has about a 550 credit score. That's what you're paying because you're high risk. But you do this program, say 3 to 6 months, and refinance your car. Maybe you get the car you want instead of, the Mercedes payment for the Ford Focus. It
costs you hundreds or thousands of dollars to have bad credit. So if you think you can't afford credit repair, think of how much you could save by having better credit. Definitely a word for the wise.
Absolutely.
How can people do this program themselves?
So yes, you can. You can dispute your own credit things individually. Yes, of course. I can mow my own lawn too, but I don't. You know what I mean? I can represent myself in court too, but I know that I'm not good at that. That's not my area. I always tell people let people do it that are good at it. It's a lot of paperwork. And even I don't pull your credit. I never see for your privacy. I'm the marketing arm. I'm out there finding, people that need what I have, and I answer their questions and enroll them. But it's like to do all of that paperwork and to constantly change those legal letters and do you just want to Google how should I build my credit and what company should it's scary, the stuff that's out there. And it's like, if you just set it aside, let the professional do it, it'll be much faster, you'll get faster results, and you'll learn something along the way for your future so that you can save that money in the future too.
And it is very true what you said. Hire a professional. I would never represent myself in court. I would, and in real estate we deal with that all of the time. It's can you do it yourself? Well, of course anybody can kind of do anything yourself. You could perform a surgery at home if you wanted to, but
I would never buy a house without a real estate agent. I've been in finance almost 30 years. I know you guys know more about that stuff than I do.
Right, and the same thing with credit repair. You do it every day. You know the ins and outs. You know if a curveball's thrown your way, you know how to handle it.
Exactly.
It's going to be a lot. You're going to be in a lot better hands going through a professional, and it's going to be done more proficiently.
Absolutely.
More proficient.
And the company puts all these services together because they know you need it. We're talking about will, trust, power of attorney, financial lockbox, credit monitoring. You have to have those things anyway. And for those out there that might be doing Credit Karma, I promise I've had probably 20 calls this week alone, and 100% of them have Credit Karma. And I just keep trying to educate. It's not accurate. It's like the Zillow.
I was just going to say that. The Zillow of the credit world.
Call Trish, go to her app, whatever she has, because Credit Karma is 85 up to 85 points off. It's just not accurate. So you need to be monitoring. We've already discussed why. It's just they make it cost effective for you.
It's a computer. Yes. I don't know. Yeah, but absolutely, and that's exactly how I think of Credit Karma is the Zillow of credit. It's so funny you said it. So if people want to enroll in your program, they want to ask some more questions, what do they do? How do they get a hold of you?
So you can text or call me directly. My number is 702-338-6100. And at that point, I can text you my link where you can simply go straight to sign up, or you can ask me some questions and I can answer them for you and just collect your information if you prefer. I can give out my website if you'd like, because they can go straight there. There's a little 5-minute video that kind of shows you everything I've talked about today. It's www.ucespp.net/cdavis18. And basically that's UCES, United Credit Education Services Protection Plan.net. That's what all that's for. But anyway, if you just want to text me again, that's fine. And yeah, I'm happy to help. Happy to answer any questions you have.
Okay, and I'll have that on the show notes. I'll have your information. So if you didn't get it here and you don't see her number across the bottom line of the video, which you should, then I will just check out the description for the video, and it'll have all Cynthia's information there. I was calling you some other name earlier today.
Symphony. I like that. I want to go by that.
Symphony. No, it's Cynthia Davis, and Cynthia is a great resource. She can answer questions that you have. If you have questions, you can always call me. I can answer questions. I can give you Cynthia's information. If you can't find it anywhere on the show, my phone number is 702-308-2878. And you can team up with both of us to purchase a home and to get you ready. We got you covered. Here in Vegas, we'll definitely help you out. And if you're looking somewhere else, just contact me and I can connect you with the right people. Thank you so much for tuning in, and keep tuning in to Keeping It Real with Trish Williams. And you all have a wonderful day.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.